All right. All right, grade 2. So today our lesson is pretty easy. Okay, we took the pronoun I and me before, right? Last week. So today our lesson is also about I and me, but it's to mention other points that we mentioned in class. We meant the pronoun I. Okay, the first thing is that we must write pronoun I always in capital letter, whether we begin the sentence with I or in the middle of the sentence. Okay, so the pronoun I must always be capital. The second detail is about when you mention yourself with someone else, you must mention the other person first. Okay, what does that mean? Let's see an example for you to keep it in your mind. Example: Louis and I will make a bird. So who will make a birdhouse? Louis and I. Okay, so I cannot say I and Louis will make a birdhouse. No, when you talk about yourself with another person, you must mention or say the other person's name first, and then you write and I. Okay, if it's before the verb. So Louis and I is in the subject part of the sentence. If you see here, I mentioned my friend Lois first, and I here is in the middle and is in capital letter. So Louis and I will make a birdhouse. This is before the verb, will make. Okay, so after the verb, it will be different. Okay, after the verb will be Louis and me, because when you talk about yourself, but like in the predicate part of the predicate part of the sentence, you will change it to me. Okay, you also mention the other person's name first, and then you write me. Okay, so name yourself last when talking about yourself and another person. Let's see an example. Dad will help Louis and me. Okay, so Dad will help Louis. So this is after the verb, will help Louis and me. We cannot say Dad will help Louis and I. No, Dad will help Louis and me, because we use me after the verb. So when you talk about yourself with other people, you mention them first, whether they're 2 or 3. Like I can say, Sandra, Malik, and I will go get the books. Sandra, Malik, and I. See, I mentioned their names first, and I will get the books. Okay, so even if it's after the verb, I can say, Dad will help Louis and me. So here, after the verb, you mention the other person first, and you say me. Okay, let's go to page 286. Okay, and let's see. Okay, tell if the sentence uses I or me correctly. If it does not, correct the sentence. Okay, so sentence number 1 says Louis and I go outside. This is the first sentence. So what did I do? Louis and I said I must always be capital. So I corrected I. Louis and I made it capital, go outside. Okay, Dad follows me and Louis. What's wrong here? Me comes after the verb, but I have to write the other person's name first. So Dad follows Louis and me. Okay. Number 3, I and Louis work with Dad. Okay, yes, we use I in the subject part of the sentence, but I have to write the other person's name first. So we will correct it. Louis and I work with Dad. This is how we correct it. Okay, I wrote the answers before, so you guys can recognize the changes that I made. Okay, so here I didn't change anything in the sentence except The small I made it to capital I. I must always be capital. Okay, if it's used as a pronoun. Okay, here Dad follows me and Lewis. Yes, me is used after the verb, but I have to realize that I have to mention the other person's name first, and then I talk about myself. Before the verb, and after. Here, after the verb, I mention Lewis first and then me. Here, before the verb, I said Lewis and then I. Okay? Same thing for number 4. Dad shows Lewis and me what to do. Oh, so this is correct. Dad shows Lewis and me what to do. So sentence number 4 is correct. Number 5. Dad, Lewis, and I made a birdhouse. The sentence is correct except the I is in lowercase and I made it capital. Okay, that was today's lesson. Okay, if you go to the next page, it's a quick review, right? No, it says replace the underlined word with the pronouns, then write statement, question, command, or exclamation. These are the types of sentences that we took this year. Okay, so come with Grandpa and me. Grandpa and me, we will change it into a pronoun. Come with us. When you talk about another person and yourself, you change it with us because it's after the verb. Come is the verb, so come with us. And when you begin the sentence with a verb, you're giving them an order. You're telling them to do something, so it's a command. Number 7, Grandpa and I will show you the ducks. So Grandpa and I, you are talking about another person and yourself. So it will be the pronoun, we will replace Grandpa and I with the pronoun we. Okay, we will show you the ducks. This sentence is just telling you something. So what kind of sentence is this? It's a statement. Number 2, 2 ducks live near the pond. 2 ducks, 2 things. What pronoun can we use to replace a plural thing? We will use pronoun they. They live near the pond. Okay, and this is also a statement because it's just telling you something. Here, number 9, can Grandpa see the duck's nest? Grandpa is a man, so we will replace him with the pronoun he. And it's asking you something. So can Grandpa see the duck's nest? And this is a question. For number 10, it says, how high the ducks fly. And we see an exclamation mark. Okay, sometimes when you see how high, you think the how is asking you. But here it's like a person that is surprised. He's surprised how high the duck can fly. Okay, so it's an exclamation. And we replace the underlined noun duck. Since only one duck, we will replace it with it. Okay, if it's plural, it will change it to they. Let's see what's next. Okay, on the second page, it's a quick review where we will replace the underlined word with a pronoun. Okay, Grandma lives near a rainforest. Grandma lives near a rainforest. Grandma is a lady, so we replace it with she. Okay, Grandma takes Luke and me there. Okay, Luke and me, when you talk about yourself with another person, after the verb, it becomes us. Luke and I hear the birds. Luke and I, so that's we because it's before the verb. Luke sees a big bird. Luke is a boy or a man, so we replace it with he. The parrot has green feathers. The parrot is a bird, so it's considered a thing, and we replace it with it. Okay, the lower part says change the words in the brackets to make the sentence correct. Me and Kate pretend to be in the rainforest. Me and Kate. Can we start the sentence with me? No. If it's before the verb, we must use I. Okay, so do you say I and Kate? No, you have to say the other person's name first. Kate and I pretend to be in the rainforest. Number 7, A big tiger surprises Kate and I. So after the verb, you use I? No, you write Kate and me. Number 8, the tiger, I, and Kate stand very still. No, you have to write the tiger, Kate, and I stand very still. Number 9, Kate and I like the tiger. I here must be capital because that's how you write the pronoun I. He doesn't bother Kate and me. You have to say the other person's name and then yourself. And that was today's lesson. Okay? With practice, you will realize how to write it correctly. Always mention the other person's name first, or mention the other person first and then yourself. Okay?